Python error import error, no module named. Python is installed in a local directory. My directory tree looks like this. My code is in here. To run the example, I write python mountain.py, and in the code I have and I get the error. I have already checked sys.path and there I have the directory /site packages. Also, I have the file _init_.py.bin in the toolkit folder to indicate to Python that this is a package. I also have a _init_.py.bin in the examples directory. I do not know why Python cannot find the file when it is in sys.path. Any ideas? Can it be a permissions problem? Do I need some execution permission?
Based on your comments to a RIPS post, I guess this is what happened. You edited _init_.py on Windows. The Windows editor added something non-printing, perhaps a carriage return. End of line in Windows is cr/lf, in Unix it is lf only, or perhaps a Ctrl-Z, Windows end of file. You used WinCP to copy the file to your Unix box. WinCP thought, this has something that's not basic text, I'll put a bin extension to indicate binary data. The missing _init_.py, now called _init_.py.bin, means Python doesn't understand toolkit as a package. You create _init_.py in the appropriate directory and everything works.
I ran into something very similar when I did this exercise in LPTHW. I could never get Python to recognize that I had files in the directory I was calling from. But I was able to get it to work in the end. What I did, and what I recommend, is to try this. Note, from your initial post, I am assuming you are using a Unix-based machine and are running things from the command line, so this advice is tailored to that. Since I run Ubuntu, this is what I did. Change directory, cd, to the directory above the directory where your files are. In this case, you're trying to run the mountain.py file, and trying to call the toolkit.interface.py module, which are in separate directories. In this case, you would go to the directory that contains paths to both those files, or in other words, the closest directory that the paths of both those files share, which in this case is the toolkit directory. When you are in the toolkit directory, enter this line of code on your command line. Export Python path equals dot. This sets your Python path to, which basically means that your Python path will now look for any called files within the directory you are currently in, and more to the point, in the subdirectory branches of the directory you are in. So it doesn't just look in your current directory, but in all the directories that are in your current directory. After you've set your Python path in the step above, run your module from your current directory, the toolkit directory. Python should now find and load the modules you specified.
Does have a _init_.py? To make import walk through your directories, every directory must have a _init_.py file.
On Nix, also make sure that Python path is configured correctly, especially that it has this format. Mind the dot column at the beginning, so that it can search on the current directory, too. It may also be in other locations, depending on the version.
If you want to see more, please consider subscribing.